Meet Bill Krejci, a man with a lifelong passion.
I guess you would call me the typical beer drinker. I would be the poster child for beer drinkers across America.
But for 3 weeks, he's leaving his life and beloved beer behind to train as a wine sommelier, helped by some of San Francisco's top wine experts.
Well, my ideal figure would be somebody who's worldly, well-traveled, enjoys dining out.
I'm more of a sports bar kind of guy, so I want to go to a place where I can get a pitcher of beer and a bucket of wings.
Can Bill, whose idea of fine dining comes out of a cardboard box, blend into the upmarket world of top restaurants, or will he be exposed as a fake?
I want to beat these guys at their game, so I'm going to do whatever I can to, to learn this so I can afterwards go in your face.
Bill Krejci lives in the Chicago suburb of Downers Grove. He's a salesman, but he's also the captain of the U.S. beer drinking team. He's so mad about beer, he's even built his own bar in the basement of his house.
I almost wanted to put a neon sign, outside in Bill's bar. Pizza's here.
Yeah!
This is Bill's idea of a perfect night in.
We got smoke. Get out! Smoke. Go, go, go!
But everything is about to change. For 3 weeks, Bill is leaving his beloved beer behind to train as a wine expert known as a sommelier.
I never heard of a sommelier. I thought it was a country in Africa.
Sommeliers are employed by top restaurants to recommend and serve wine that perfectly complements the food on the menu. Bill's transformation will be overseen by Mickey Clevenger, the sommelier at one of San Francisco's finest restaurants.
It's foie gras, potato, and truffle baked, accompanied with a little seared duck burger.
Helping Mickey will be Stéphane Lacroix, sommelier at the dining room of the Ritz-Carlton.
It's a really nice style of Cabernet. It's quite polished. You have a nice tannic structure, but really elegant, really well balanced.
As well as knowing his Burgundy from his Bordeaux, Bill must learn to pour priceless wines into the correct glasses, with grace, style, and without spilling a drop.
We have guests who come here and spend a lot of money. They want to have the time of their life. Some people come once a month, some people come once a year, some people they come once in a lifetime.
In that kind of environment, they're going to be dropping $300, $400, $500 on a bottle of wine or dinner for two. There are wines on my list that are $1,600, $1,700.
Even though Bill has never set foot in a high-class restaurant, he's got his own preconceptions about sommeliers.
My impression would be someone who is, they're an expert and they want everyone to know it. I'm a sommelier, look at me go. I know exactly what goes with what.
Yeah, the skate is wonderful. It is rolled, dusted with porcini powder on black spaghetti.
I can't tell the difference between a cheap wine or an expensive wine. To me, it's just usually bitter or sour and it has a bad aftertaste.
At the end of the training, Bill will be entered into a competition along with 3 genuine sommeliers.
Muscularity from the Cab Franc and the Sauvignon really kind of give great structure.
For the Rabbit, however, I go something a little bigger. A nice unctuous Chardonnay with a Schaefer Red Shoulder Ranch.
They will have to select and serve wine to a panel of judges. Can Bill blend in, or will the experts sniff him out as the fake?
I want to show them that your regular, typical beer guy can come into their world and do just as well, if not better than them, beat them at their own game.
It's Bill's last night in Chicago, and a chance to catch up with his beer-drinking buddies.
What if I get there and I'm really gassy, like normal?
Like normal. His nickname is Splop, so that comes because there's always some kind of noise spewing from his body.
He thinks he's being polite at a restaurant if he belches really loud into a napkin.
Going from that to a guy who's going to be serving wine to elite people in restaurants is pretty funny to me.
Come on, guys.
Salute.
After one last beer with his friends, Bill says goodbye to his family as he heads off to enter the elite world of top restaurants.
Oh, where's Daddy going? He's going to California.
Bill travels over 2,000 miles to San Francisco, where he'll be staying for the next 3 weeks. As he gets closer to his destination, Bill's nerves start to show.
Not knowing what you're getting into can be a scary thing a little bit.
It's like the fear of the unknown, I guess, like when you're your first day at college.
During his time here, Bill will be staying with Mickey, his main mentor, who has never met him before.
How's it going? Hi, I'm Bill Krejci.
Bill Krejci, Mickey Clemenger. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You got some of your house.
Mickey has no idea how little Bill knows about wine.
So, what's your experience with wine so far?
I'm not a big on the taste of wine.
Okay.
I love beer. I'm obviously when I was younger, it was just how much I can drink. Now I like good quality beer. So, to me, if I have to go buy a bottle of wine, it's just based upon what on price.
Right.
So I figure like $10-15 is a good enough bottle for company. If it's just for around the house, $5 a gallon is just fine.
Okay. So
To see if Bill's taste buds are up for the job, Mickey does a blindfold test and asks Bill to describe what he's smelling and tasting.
So you can tell me if you think they're white or red and what the bouquet is.
It smells like wine. No. Oh, I don't like that. That tastes like a white wine.
Mickey realizes that Bill hasn't got a clue.
If I was gonna guess, it tastes like a dessert wine.
What if I was to tell you that this wine was meant to be with an appetizer?
It's got a weird smell. Musty, old furniture. Not much taste to it. See, I was gonna guess this was a white one. It tasted like a white wine. To me, it used to be just red and white.
Much more complicated than that now.
No, oh my God.
So it's going to be a challenge the next 3 weeks. Are you up for it?
Yes.
When he tasted one of the reds and expected it to be a white, that's a big problem.
The first thing he does, though, is throw a blindfold on me and ask me to start tasting some wines. They weren't that bad. One of them, oh God, it tasted like ass. It was bad.
I think it's doable, but it's going to be, we're going to have a really hard time.
Aware of the huge challenge ahead, Mickey decides to take Bill up to wine country. On the way, he tries to teach him what wines go best with which foods.
Basically, the old school rules are white wine, fish, red wine, steak.
But Bill has his own ideas about what to drink with his dinner.
See, with a steak, I usually go with a microbrew. With pizza, it's got to be a light beer.
All right. Do you have Mexican beer with Mexican pizza?
You know what? Mexican beer is kind of, it can go with also the pizza and wing thing.
Well, we're going to take those principles and we're going to apply them to wine and food for you.
Okay.
They're heading for the Napa Valley, wine capital of California.
If I were to ask you to describe the difference between a Cabernet Sauvignon and a Syrah.
A Cabernet I've had, I believe that's a red?
Yes.
It's a red wine.
Off to a good start.
Okay.
You got it.
And then the other one,
You're gonna win. You're gonna win, I can tell. It's red.
It's red.
Bill knows so little about wine that Mickey's decided he should start with the basics, grapes. It's harvest time in Napa, which gives Bill the perfect opportunity to get his hands dirty.
Yeah, I had a couple.
There's a couple grapes.
Jump around, jump around.
For Bill, the sheer scale and effort involved in making wine is a revelation.
I guess you never realize how much trouble goes into that bottle of wine when you open it.
Well, you appreciate it a little more now, aren't you?
Well, yeah.
Now that Bill knows how to make wine, he has to learn how to describe it. So Mickey's enlisted the help of resident taster William Donovan.
The first wine will be Vermonte Sauvignon Blanc from Chile. It's hitting right mid to upper tongue in the sweet and sours.
To fake it as a sommelier, Bill must learn a whole new language to describe the color, smell, and taste of wine.
Close your eyes and picture where the wine's going in your mouth, and then pick some fun adjective. What fruit do you taste on the palate?
It's a light fruit, maybe a pineapple.
Little pineapple?
A little bit of pineapple. Not a watermelon though, but like just a melon.
Not a watermelon.
Yes, not a watermelon.
Definitely not a watermelon.
No.
No watermelons here.
No, not at all.
After dozens of bottles, Bill still has trouble finding the right words.
Tropical fruit. Banana.
Cotton candy.
Green apple.
Real explosive on the forward palate.
Automobile, diesel, or gas.
Lovely legs.
Hot.
beautiful, long, silky, lush finish.
Shiny like my wedding ring.
Your spitting's getting much better.
Thank you very much. When I spit it, it almost gives me a better taste than drinking it. I mean, to try to just...
I can't wait till you're in front of the first table. It's like, you know, Manam, it tastes much better if you just spit it out.
I'm raw, okay? Remember that. I'm a raw product here.
Mickey realizes he's got his work cut out for him.
I want him to succeed. We want this to work, but the reality of the fact is we're 3 days in, and he doesn't know that much more than when he started.
The stress of the whole situation is kind of hitting me now. But one thing that's odd is that with wine, it's got grapes, but oh no, it tastes like mushrooms. It tastes like licorice. It tastes like leather. You know, if I want to have a soil taste leather, I'll take my jacket, drag it through the lawn, chop it up in little bits, and stick it in a glass of water and drink it.
After 2 days in Napa, Mickey and Bill return to San Francisco. Although Bill has made some progress, Mickey thinks he needs to work harder, and he's got bad news for the football fan.
We were gonna have a day off tomorrow, but you and I are working tomorrow. So I'm gonna have to pull you away from that Bears game, and you and I are gonna do some studying.
The next morning, Bill's meant to be working, but he has plans of his own.
As I'm walking, I notice a little sports bar. So I go in and I stop in and I walk in, lo and behold, my team is on. Some guy goes, "Hey, you're here just in time." So I sit down, order myself some lunch, and of course I had a couple beers.
Having been stood up, Mickey's on the warpath and goes in search of his apprentice.
I took time out of my schedule to go down there and spend time with him in the library, and he was nowhere to be found. He's strolling into the situation going, woohoo, you know, free vacation. No.
It's just frustrating because I'm studying, and I get an attitude about, oh, you're not watching the game. You know what? I am watching the game, and I'm going to take a dump when I want to take a dump, and I'm going to do what I want to do.
That's not what he's here for. He's not here to watch football games. That's not the point.
If tasting wine and knowing wines means I don't watch football, then guess what? I'm throwing a damn bottle out the window. It's not going to happen.
You know what? I'm not going to be there to be nice anymore. I'm not going to be there.
Bill Krejci is captain of the U.S. beer drinking team. He's got just 3 weeks to try and transform himself into a wine sommelier. Yesterday, he should have been studying, but instead, he watched the Bears game. Mickey, Bill's mentor, takes him to a wine shop to test his knowledge. He's convinced that Bill has not been putting the work in.
That varietal, how do you pronounce it?
There was so much trouble with that. Viognier?
Viognier.
Viognier.
Okay, so tell me about Chardonnay.
Chardonnay will give you usually a fruity and sometimes buttery or vanilla taste. The colors can vary greatly between like almost a pale. I'm not reading it at all.
What Mickey doesn't know is that Bill spent all night